Roger Smith isn't just an alien. He's a wig-wearing, wine-guzzling, chaos hurricane. That's it. He's been a cat, a wedding planner, a kindergarten teacher, a war criminal, and somehow your emotionally manipulative uncle. But out of the literal thousands of personas that he has, here are my top 5 favorite and unforgettable Roger personas. Coming in at number 5, we've got Ricky Spanish. Now, I know he's got to be the craziest and most unhinged persona, but he's everybody's favorite, so that's why he's going to be number 5. In Season 7, Episode 17, Roger revives an old persona, Ricky Spanish. Ricky Spanish is notoriously despised and hated by the entire town. Steve convinces him to make amends, but in true Roger fashion, things spiral out of control. Ricky Spanish isn't just a disguise, he is Roger's most evil persona.
Robbed. Eduardo, I stabbed. Tina, I taught how to kiss. Gave her some bad information, never corrected it. She's out there darting her tongue like this.
Ricky Spanish. This persona represents everything unchecked and impulsive in Roger. He lies, steals, double crosses, and he enjoys it. I mean, even Roger himself admits that Ricky Spanish is the worst persona he's ever created.
Who is Ricky Spanish?
The worst persona I've ever done.
Oh, come on.
It's true.
And that's really saying something. This persona really shows us the unfiltered darkness that Roger has, where guilt just means nothing and disaster is just second nature. Number 4, we've got Jeannie Gold. In Season 5, Episode 6, Stan and Francine are renewing their wedding vows. And who other than Jeannie Gold is planning their vow renewal ceremony? Jeannie Gold, wedding planner extraordinaire. A no-nonsense, high-drama persona. Jeannie Gold seems to be the type A perfectionist side of Roger, but with his signature flair for chaos. She's controlling, aggressive, hilarious, and she actually gets results. What makes Jeannie so interesting is that she's not just funny, she's high functioning. Jeannie Gold is proof that if Roger really wanted to, he could, and he could be wildly successful, but only if he's in control and consistently praised. I think Jeannie Gold is the result of Roger channeling all of his madness into competence. Coming in at number 3, we've got Becky Tenderharts. In Season 15, Episode 17, Roger Needs Dick. Roger, as Becky Tenderharts, falls in love with Roger's CIA co-worker, Dick Reynolds. What starts as a funny little romance spirals into an obsession. As Becky loses herself in this relationship, it causes Roger to neglect his other persona. I think Becky is one example of Roger fully immersed in a genuine emotional connection, and it nearly breaks him. She's soft-spoken, romantic, and for once doesn't really seem like a manipulative mask, although she is very manipulative, just not as much as Roger usually is. But that's almost what makes her so dangerous. Becky's emotional depth and interest in Dick really threatens Roger's core, and really his identity as a persona juggler. He really starts to lose control in his other identities and blurs the line between his real feelings and performance. Becky, I think, is Roger at his most vulnerable and most unstable. Coming in at number 2, we've got Cindy Hoffman. Season 4, Episode 2, The One That Got Away. Roger discovers that one of his personas, Cindy Hoffman, has basically developed a life of his own, including a job, a girlfriend, and a credit card account. But when Roger tries to reclaim control, Cindy fights back. Cindy Hoffman is one of Roger's most psychologically complex personas. He's not flashy or outrageous. In fact, he's quite normal, and that's kind of the problem. I think Cindy kind of represents what happens when Roger's personas become too real, like when his performance really starts to grow roots. And I know we've seen plenty of examples of Roger's personas having completely separate lives and separate families, but not ones that completely take over and where Roger doesn't have control. Sydney isn't just a disguise, he's literally a splintered identity. And number 1, my absolute favorite, Marmalade the Cat. In Season 12, Episode 17, Family Plan, Francine tries to reconnect with her biological family. And that's when the family discovers that one of Roger's personas is an emotional support cat, Marmalade. He is 100% committed to this role. He's meowing, crawling on the ground, playing with cans, and when Francine almost dies, he doesn't really intervene. He stays in character the entire time. All of this is to get wet cat food.
Long day?
It's been a real grind lately. Used to be a great gig, but Nicholas has become a miser in his old age. I used to get these cans, the wet food, turkey and peas, chicken with gravy, this tuna one that was out of sight. But now all I get is the dry crap. It's driving me crazy.
I think Marmalade is Roger's funniest persona because he abandons all of his human behavior and 100% commits to the bit. He even purrs when he's held. This persona is kind of disturbing because it's not only just funny, it kind of shows how far Roger is willing to go for comfort, attention, and whatever he wants. Cat food. It's really funny at first, but then it makes you wonder. Marmalade, Clip Clop, what else does Roger do in his spare time? Roger doesn't wear his personas just for laughs. He uses them to express himself every day. From the unredeemable darkness of Ricky Spanish to the full identity collapse that is Becky Tenderharts, each character is a reflection of Roger's core. Needless to say, It is chaotic. You have a different interpretation? Who should we talk about next? Drop it in the comments.